Here he is, Canada's tight end, Luke Willson, ready to go, ready to talk Bills and Chiefs. Great to see you, pal. And, you know, the way the Chiefs won last week, and you and I watched it, you know, it comes down to the Broncos having a last-second field goal to win it. The Chiefs block it. They're still undefeated. The Chiefs barely won that game, and that would lead some people to believe that they're maybe vulnerable right now, Luke, that maybe a team as good as the Buffalo Bills might be the team to finally end their undefeated season. Are you on that bandwagon?
Absolutely not. I couldn't be more off that bandwagon. I mean, Jay, I got to keep it honest here. I got to be real. If I'm predicting this game, I think Kansas City finds a way to win. Do I think it's a blowout? No. But that being said, let's look at what Kansas City does well. Defensively, yards per carry, they give up 3.6. That's good for number 2 in the league to the Baltimore Ravens at 3.4. And part of the reason the Ravens are there is because their pass defense is so bad, no one even bothers running the football against them. But my point here is you look at what Buffalo's tried to do this year offensively. They've tried to be very, very balanced in their attack. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. That now means that the everybody eats mentality is going to have to carry them to points. And will they score? Sure. But are the chances against a Steve Spagnuolo-led defense that when Buffalo comes one-dimensional, that there will be a mistake, whether it's by Josh Allen, whether it's by one of these young receivers, and the Chiefs capitalize? Absolutely. So I love that matchup for Kansas City, and I also love the matchup you've got going on offense. I know that the Bills have been able to find ways to create turnovers this year. I don't see Patty Mahomes doing that. I really don't. I think he comes out. D-Hop's going to be getting going. Kareem Hunt should be in line for a big day. Travis Kelce has obviously picked it up. I couldn't be more on board with the Chiefs winning this game. I'm sorry, Bills fan, but that's just how I feel.
Okay, hey, listen, that's why we hired you, Luke. We want to know how you feel. Steelers-Ravens also this Sunday. I know you're excited about that one. And after his Steelers beat Jaden Daniels and the Commanders last Sunday, reporters couldn't help themselves. They asked Mike Tomlin how they thought Daniels compared to Lamar Jackson. Let's listen to the coach's response.
Man, be real slow comparing people to Lamar Jackson. That's a multi-time MVP. That's Mr. Jackson. We'll see Mr. Jackson in a few days.
Yeah, it's a little quick to compare Daniels to Lamar, I think. He's all, as Coach Tomlin said, he's already a multi-time MVP. Do you think Lamar Jackson, Luke, even though he's won a couple of MVPs, the perception about him is almost that he's still underrated?
I do to a degree, Jay. I really do feel that way. You know, when you hear a coach like Mike Tomlin speak about a player like that, obviously that speaks volumes. But you look at Lamar and for how great he's been, which he has been great, and how much his game has developed, and it has developed from his first year to now. He's a much better pocket passer as well as the athletic stuff that he does on a weekly basis. Unfortunately, he's kind of fallen into that narrative where if he doesn't win a Super Bowl, he will kind of be considered a great athlete and not a quarterback, not a true QB that's going to lead a team to a Super Bowl. And I think it's wildly unfair for people to judge him that way because there's a lot more that goes into winning a Super Bowl than just the quarterback. Obviously, the quarterback helps, but that's just the reality of the situation. You look at the greatness, you look at the multi-time MVPs, he's got in line to win another one depending on how this year shakes up. Until he gets that ring, I think he'll be considered, a couple steps below a Patrick Mahomes.
Well, the good news for Baltimore is they're favored this weekend, despite the fact they're on the road. Steelers are at home. They're leading the division. They're home dogs. Luke, who do you like this Sunday between Pittsburgh and Baltimore?
Jay, again, a bit of an unpopular opinion here, but I like Pittsburgh. I sit here and I look at this Baltimore defense, and they're giving up 294 yards through the air a game. The next closest team is 30 yards away. 30, not 1 or 2, 30. I mean, you're giving up basically 300 through the air week in and week out, and we're past the halfway point of the season. It's unheard of. So I sit here and say, with the Steelers' defense, all you need is a couple stops. Perhaps force one turnover. Would it surprise anyone if T.J. Watt made a big play in this game? Absolutely not. And I expect Russ, Pickens, the new Mike Williams Jefferson, whomever, to really be able to torch this defense like everybody else has. So I think that the fact that their defense gives up that many yards through the air, TJ Watt will make a play on the other side of the ball for the Steelers. I do like the Steelers to win this game.
One NFL personality that I love to talk to you about, Luke, is Los Angeles Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh, because he is flat out one of the most interesting human beings. Forget about sports. Just on the planet. He is one of the most interesting human beings I've ever seen. I want you to see this clip from Harbaugh over the weekend, Luke. He's fielding passes from his quarterback, Justin Herbert, pregame. Look at this.
Damn it! Damn it!
Okay. It's just, I can watch that 1,000 times because I can't, now maybe I'm wrong, Luke, but I can't see Pete Carroll being that angry about dropping a pass from Russell Wilson back in the day. Or am I wrong? Is that a head coach thing, or is that just a Jim Harbaugh thing?
I mean, Pete would be agitated, but not to the point where he's screaming "damn it" out loud and that aggressively mad at himself. But you know what? I will say I never played for Harbaugh, but I will say I think if he brings that kind of energy, you know, that intensity to simply catching or dropping a ball in warm-up, could be a real fun guy to play for. Again, I wouldn't know, but I could see how that the players in that locker room would love to rally around him. And he's obviously had success in a lot of places he's been. But boy, is that ever a comedy trip, Jay. At some point, it is maybe a bit harder to take him serious.
Yeah, that's the only thing I wonder. After a while, is it hard to take him seriously? But boy, is he ever entertaining for us watching at home. Don't forget the Thursday Nighter. This guy's going to join me after the game. Luke, once again, I know you've talked about this game a lot, but just for those who haven't got your take on this matchup, NFC East division lead on the line, your thoughts?
Again, I'm going against Vegas here, but I like the Commanders. I think they play better fundamental football. I think Dan Quinn's going to get these guys ready to rumble, and I'm on the Jaden Daniels bandwagon right now. So I like the Commanders, but expect a great game.